everyone, in this video I'm going to talk to you about polymer clay molds, and I'm going to teach you how to make your own by using this Sculpey mold maker. You can get this from any craft store. Also, the good thing about this is if you buy a block of clay that's kind of on the harder side, you can mix a little bit of this into it and it will turn into really soft workable clay. Here's one of the molds I made. And it's a teddygram if you can't tell. I had a teddygram mold in an old Play-Doh kit. Here's my Play-Doh teddygram. It's all dried out. And if you want to see all of my Play-Doh creations, I made a video a while back that you guys can check out. Anyway, you want to make molds of something that you want to use more than once and you want to mass produce. So since I have a shop and a lot of people like teddygrams, I made a teddygram mold, and I'll show you in a few minutes, but I have polymer clay teddygrams now, and they're little charms, pendants for necklaces and stuff. I'm going to be selling them in my Etsy shop. They're flexible and the clay should come out pretty easily. Another popular thing going on now is Deco. If you haven't heard of it, check out some videos on it. I will try to get into it and make a tutorial for that at some point. Alright, and you can make a mold from any solid item that you have. Here are some good candidates for mold making, and I'll show you some of the molds I made with them. Legos, shaped beads, and here's a cat and a dolphin, shaped buttons. This one looks like the top of a pie, and here's a flower. And then really tiny toys. Here's Psyduck, he's a Pokemon for any of you who may not know that. And this is Bijou the hamster from Hamtaro. In your Sculpey mold maker, it comes with two long sticks like this. I've already used this much of the other one. So you're going to break some off of the chunk. You're going to want a bigger piece than the item you're using. I'm going to use a teddygram. Take this and work with it, flatten it out a little. Pretty much you're going to want it to be about this wide so you can push the teddygram down into it. If you want to do this correctly, there's instructions on the back, and it tells you to dust the item with some type of powder, cornstarch or talcum powder. And then it says to chill your clay, so you would flatten your piece out like this, and then you would put it in the fridge or the freezer for a few minutes, take it out, and with your dusted piece you would put your piece inside and push it in and take it out. But honestly, I just do it without doing any of that, pretty much. I just make my piece, take my item, I don't do anything to it, and I just push it down in there, push it all the way down. This should pick up all the detail on the item. You should be able to see the teddygram's face when you take it out. If you have long enough nails, you can kind of just take your nail and kind of pry it out. And see, you can bend it a little and just try and get that out of there. There, it popped right out. You see, you're left with all this detail. Once you make your mold, you can't use it until you bake it. There's baking instructions on this package. It says bake for 20 minutes at 275 degrees. So be sure to follow those baking instructions. You can bake it on a piece of foil, a glass pan, a metal pan. There are other types of mold maker that you can buy. There's ones that you can mix yourself, different powders, and then maybe mix in water to it. If you're interested in any of those, you're gonna have to look it up on Google or look it up on YouTube. You know, look for making polymer clay molds or something, because I've seen different people who have the yellow or the blue molds. I don't know if they add the color into that or if the powder's actually that color, but one of these days I'm going to get some of that probably, because it might be a little softer than this stuff. I'm not sure. A little bit more flexible, but this works fine. I will show you real quick how easy it is. Here is a piece of polymer clay, and I rolled it out into a ball, and I'm going to stick it down into the mold. And this actually might be too much clay. You're going to have to get used to how much clay you need for your mold, because it's really not a lot. When you roll this out, make sure there's no lines in it. You want it to be very smooth because the mold won't erase the lines. Put it down in the middle like that and just squish it all over. Then you want it to fill up every little crease in the mold. Make sure you push down hard enough so it picks up the detail inside. Once you have your clay packed into the mold, this is a baked mold by the way, it's already done. You want to bend your mold so the clay pops out, and then you can take your clay out carefully. Then you're left with this teddygram. Remember, you have to bake this, and if you want to make it into a charm, you're going to add a jump ring before you bake. That's pretty much all I have to tell you about molds because I just started making them maybe a couple months ago. I was just using this mold maker to soften clay up until a couple months ago, so I really don't know a whole lot about molds, and I haven't gotten into buying the other types of mold maker to compare them and see which ones are the best. So here are the molds that I made. I made molds out of all those little items I showed you. Like here's the cat one, and here's Bijou the hamster. Here's that flower design. I have like a ton made that I have to bake. Oh, here's one that I didn't show you. I had a little bunny, so I made that. And like I said, I'm making teddygram charms to put in my shop. I have these light pink ones, I have this orange one, and then I haven't done an updated clay video in a while, so I'll just show you that I have all this stuff for sale. All the stuff is available for sale. A lot of it's in my Etsy shop. You can see I made all these owls right here, and I have pretty much every color. I have pink, purple, blue, orange, burgundy, green, light purple, yellow, brown, and I even have a little tie-dye guy. So if you're interested in any of these clay items, let me know, and you can either buy them on my Etsy shop or you can leave me a message on YouTube and I can let you know prices and such, and we can work out a payment method. So I'm also getting into like making these heart pendants. I have a bunch of tie-dye mushrooms. Here are the different teddygram flavors I have. Chocolate and chocolate chip. I still have fortune cookies, some glow-in-the-dark mushrooms, and a bunch of cupcakes. So go ahead and let me know if you want any of those. Clay charms I charge $4 a piece plus shipping. And if you buy more than one, I usually give you a break. I like combined shipping. Sometimes I take $1 off the total or something like that. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Check out all of my links in the down bar. Leave me comments because I love comments and I love reading them and responding and stuff. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye. Bend the mold. It pops out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Don't do that.